Okay, here we are. I think I get everything set up correctly here. All right. So, if you are looking at the title of the stream, I am ready to publish the audio version of this book, and I'm going to do it in two places. So, I publish it on Audible and Apple Books through ACX, and I do a non exclusive with them so that I can distribute it myself. And then I'm also, at some point in the future, going to put it on Find Away Voices so I can get into libraries and stuff like that. But I'm gonna start off by doing it in ACX, and the reason for that is that ACX does a check on the audio to make sure that everything is, going correctly, right? So, if I do that, if I check it out on ACX first, then I should be able to know that my files are good. I can go ahead and put it on BookFunnel, and the process is very similar. So let's get started here. Let me share my desktop here. There we go. And here we are. Okay, so this is where we're starting. All right, so this is actually the intro and outro for the audiobook. I thought I'd also give you a little preview of how I process my audio and get it ready for the audiobook. So this is the raw recorded audio here. Let me do the outro is a little bit shorter. Let me just go ahead and play this for you. So, on your favorite podcast app. So let's go to the beginning here. For more bedtime stories for insomniacs, visit bedtimestories.studio. Or search for Bedtime Stories for Insomniacs on your favorite podcast app, Spotify, or Audible. Thanks again, and all the very best. Okay, that's kind of like in a weird spot there. Let me fix that. There we go. Okay, so that is the raw audio. I just recorded that a couple hours ago. I got it ready here. I'm going to trim this down to just have a second of lead time here. And then at the end, I'm going to put another second here. Trim that out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the whole stream. I'm going to process it through a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to do is a mouth click filter here. So I've got this add-on called RX10. If you get it on sale, you can get it for like between $100 and $200. But for me, the mouth declick is like a lifesaver because I have bad mouth click. So it happens. It has to do apparently with your mouth being too dry. I've read all sorts of tips, drink some citrus, some lemon juice, something like that. None of it seems to work. So I can hear these little smacks from my mouth, and this gets rid of them. So I process the audio with that first, and that's going to get any mouth clicks that are in there. So it's a short piece of audio, so it doesn't take too long. Next thing I do is normalize it. So there's a plugin here called RMS Normalize. I target it at minus 20 decibels. Apply that, and what that's going to do is that's going to make sure that I am within the range that ACX is expecting. The next thing I'm going to do is apply a limiter. Oops. And the limiter, I'm going to say tops out at minus 3 decibels. Now, the reason for all this is that ACX has very specific requirements for the audio. It has to be within a certain range. The floor has to be at a certain level too. You can't have complete silence in the background. So I record in a pretty quiet place. I've got noise cancellation on my microphone processor, my mixer here. I don't do any other noise reduction. I just try to make it quiet and get the room tone and stuff like that, and that seems to work. So now once I've processed it, I'm gonna come here to analyze. This guy here has got this ACX plugin that's going to check to make sure that it qualifies for all the ACX things. Here you can see my peak level is minus 3 dB, my RMS is 20.23, and my noise floor is minus 64. So everything is within range. So I'm going to go ahead and save that, and then I'm going to go ahead and export the audio. So I'm going to export the audio directly to an MP3. And there we go. So I've got this. So this is where I'm putting all my files here in the audiobook MP3 folders. Go ahead and do that. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here for the intro. I'll just play a little bit of this for you. The Charlatan's Conundrum and other bedtime stories for insomniacs. by Rich Hosek. Did you hear the mouth clicks there in the beginning? The Charlatans Conundrum. Hear that click? The Charlatans Conundrum. Yeah. So let me do the trim first here. I'm going to trim this back a little bit. And then here I'm going to give this like a second and a half because this is going to butt up right against my first chapter, which is going to be um, there. So I'll go ahead and do this. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply the mouth declick here. I'm going to come back to the beginning and listen to it again. The Charlatan's Conundrum. See? And other bedtime stories for The Charlatan's Conundrum. And other bedtime stories for insomnia. Right out. Really very cool. Nicely done. All right, so I'm going to normalize it now. And I've got shortcuts here. Normally you pull this up from the effects menu here, but I've got attached the shortcuts here. So that normalizes it to the range I'm targeting, and then I'll apply the limiter. Make sure I don't have anything that's too loud. You can see this peak gets knocked down a little bit. And now if I play it again, The Charlatan's Conundrum and Other Bedtime Stories for Insomniacs by Rich Hosek. And now you can hear everything is nice and clean. It's within a nice narrow range. You can see it's like in the same range as this here. And so that when you listen to the audiobook, you're not going to get blasted. You're not going to have highs and lows in different segments of the audiobook. All right, so let's go ahead and save this and then do an export of the audio on this one. And again, I've got this set up here, 00, export. Oh, then one more thing I need to do here. I need to also export my theme as the intro. So, because I've got the theme, actually, the words for the theme in my book here. Where is it here? Yeah, right here. So you can see it right there. You can look in the bottom corner. So that's basically the dialogue that plays over the theme. And so I put it in the book so I can add my theme here. So what do we got here? We've got the theme wave here. This is the one, right? Let me see here. And let me tell you a story. Okay, so there's that. So that's got. So I'm going to go ahead and open this actually in my audio program, which is Audacity. If you haven't figured that out by now, Audacity is open source, free. So if you're getting started, it's a nice place to do, and it takes a lot of the general plugins. So this professional plugin I use, this RX 10, that works great with Audacity. It recognizes it. You can use the plugins, and it's really very kind of cool. All right. So now the theme, I need to do the same sort of thing here. I'm going to go ahead and check the analyze it with the ACX. This is going to be way too loud, I'm sure. Yeah, so my peak levels are too high. The other ones are fine. So all I have to do is apply a limiter on this one here. So let me go ahead and do that. And then let's listen to it. Can't sleep? Don't. Okay, there we go. So that's got the theme, and let me tell you a story. And then that fades out there. And then it'll go straight into the first chapter. Dong, the Charlatan's Conundrum. All right, so let me go ahead and export the audio for this one. And the audio on this one is going to be 01. I don't want to call this intro. I want to call this not prologue, but it's preface. It's kind of like the greeting. I'll call it greeting. Whatever that sounds. It doesn't matter what I call it. Export that to the same place as an MP3. And so now I've got that. So now, if you're wondering why I put numbers in front of these, we come here and look at this. You can see in my MP3s folder that everything has nice numbers in front of it. So if I go name by name here, I can see everything in order. There's my intro, my greeting, there's the first chapter of the book, and so forth. Now I have these wave files in here too. So I'm going to go ahead and sort by type. And that will get all the wave files down to the bottom here. So now I've got all of my MP3 files, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And I counted out loud. Again, this is part of the proofing process. Make sure I've got all the files there and everything looks good. So basically what I did is I took each of these. Let me go ahead and play this one for you. I took the story out of the podcast and just have the initial chime and then the title and then the story. And with none of the introduction and none of the outro stuff that I normally have on the podcast. So it sounds like this. The Charlatan's Conundrum. Prove that I'm a fake, said the man sitting across from me. And there we go. So that looks pretty good. All right, so let's bring this over here. That's wrong. I'll do this. There we go. And let me bring up a browser here. And bring this over here. And I'm going to go to ACX, acx.com. And let's see here. Is this my projects? Is that one's in production? Okay, there we go. So those are the ones I've got in production. I'm going to go and search for this title to claim. So let's see here. Title's not posted. Search by Rich Hosek. Search. All right, why am I not saying this? My projects. Oh, claim your title. I got to claim my title here. This is what I'm looking for. There it is. Not available to claim. Oh my. Why can't I claim that? Not available to claim by unknown. Let me see if there's another one here. Charlatan's Conundrum. Wow. What happened there? Not available to claim. You're the rights holders for this audiobook. Let's just quick jump over here to Amazon. Charlatans Conundrum. And there it is by Rich Hosek, right? You have the right author page here. It's like it's my book. Yep, there it is. Why won't it let me claim it? And it's got my author name on there. It may be that, I don't know, maybe it just doesn't do it. So I'll go ahead and contact them and get that set up. I guess we'll just do BookFunnel tonight. Pick an option, sign in to contact us. Oh, maybe because I wasn't signed in. Okay. Okay, let's go back and see if that helped. Okay, claim your title. Nope, not available to claim. Contact us. Choose a topic, create an audiobook. Add remove title, audiobook category. Which one is closest here? Add remove title to an audiobook category, upload a manuscript, audio submission, upload your audio. I guess it's this one here. Email. Subject. Cannot claim Charlatan's Conundrum. Okay. I have recently published this on Amazon. Amazon shows it under my name, but ACX tells me I cannot claim it. By Rich Hosek. I should be able to find that from there. Okay, send email. Okay, Did I sign with the right account here? Let's see here. Account settings. Yeah, this is it. So I'm using my thing for that. Okay, what do I have here? Okay, it's just that stuff. I don't think I have any ACX earnings, but that's okay. All right, well, so normally what I'd be able to do here is I'd be able to set this up. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do that tonight. So let's go to my other source here, and this is a service called BookFunnel. If you are a independent author and you want to be able to easily distribute ebooks and audiobooks uh, to your customers, either through a website or even in person, you can uh, create links on the fly to go ahead and send this stuff to people. This is pretty cool. All right, so let me log in here, author login, and here are my books. And you can see I've got 5 books loaded here. One is my brother's book, A Really Good Day, and I've got Afterlife, Near Death. I've got, why do I have mystery stories for insomniacs up here? I wonder why. Okay, well, I guess I put that in there. Near Death, and the Charlatan's Conundrum, and the Dead Kids Club. Next. Yeah, I got the Dead Clubs Club audio too. Okay, so this is the one I want to do here. This one I've already got. The ebook is uploaded here. You can see I've got the cover, I've got the content here. I can download it in all of these different formats here as generic EPUB, Kindle EPUB. So this is really cool too. When I deliver this EPUB to my customers, they can actually send it directly to Kindle. There's this cool website called Send to Kindle. Send to Kindle.amazon right here. You're at Amazon.com, send to Kindle, and you just drop the file there. So you log in, you drop it on there. You can do it on your phone. You can do it via email, all this kind of stuff. But this is the easiest way to do it. It used to be you had like an email address for each of your devices, and you had to email it to the device, and it was kind of nasty. But this is much easier. All right. So that's the ebook here, right? I want to do the audiobook. Here's the audiobook. And away we go. So, oh, that's the wrong one. I want to do the audiobook of Charlatan's Conundrum. There we go. So I've got nothing here yet. So you can see here that I can upload MP3 chapters or drop my MP3 files here or click the select. So this is going to sort the files alphabetically as they are added. So now you can see here, since I started with the numbers, it's going to sort it alphabetically by those numbers. That's why I put the leading 0 there so that it'll do it automatically. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight all these and just drag them over here. 29 files. And so now it's going to upload all of this stuff and sort it out. And there we go. So now you can see that it's uploading the stuff here. Got all that. So we're waiting for those. 7 and 8. I've got fiber. That's why it's going so fast. So I've got a fiber here. We're getting back to the other ones here now, it looks like. There it is. It's going. Okay. So the intro here is not a numbered chapter. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is the introduction. Actually, this is going to be opening credits. Opening credits, and this is going to be the introduction, the greeting. And then I'm not going to do numbered chapters here. I am going to do custom. And when I do custom, I can go ahead and instead of calling it chapter 1, I can put the title of the story in there. So this will be the Charlatan's Conundrum. Right? So that gives me the ability to, when you see the audiobook in the BookFunnel book reader, you'll be able to see the title of the story that you're reading instead of just chapter 1, chapter 2, because it doesn't make much sense for an anthology. So custom here, the Austin Intelligence. Let me know if I get a typo here. A nice short one here. White. Custom as the tea leaves. Custom yellow curtain. Now, some of these too, as I was listening to them, as I was putting them together, they suck. There are early podcast episodes. I'm either speaking too fast or I'm speaking too soft in some cases. I have a tendency when I started out, I would like, he where did you put my cheese? He said. And I would drop my voice on the dialogue tags. And so you'd have like the dialogue be nice and loud. Where's my cheese? He asked. And then I would drop my voice on that. And so the levels are really bad and it's hard to hear. So a lot of those stories, I want to go back and remaster them. And I've done that for a few stories already. And I was hoping to get them all done before I got to the audiobook portion here. But since I can update this at any time I want, I can go ahead and do this. Now, ACX, you can't update as frequently as you can on BookFunnel. You can do an update, but they need you to have a reason for it. So I'll just say, oh, it's a new edition. So, or added a chapter or something like that. Maybe I'll put a bonus story in there. All right. So, interrogation in room number 3. Okay. Custom. Sweet revenge. So, yeah, this is a little tedious. Bear with me here. Haunting of Oscar Morgan. Spell Oscar correctly here. And then we're going to go custom. Light as a feather. Time comp paradox. And some of these actually, I had some issues with when updating the Audacity software that it kind of couldn't read the earlier versions. I had to use some recovery software that worked, but I believe that there may be some glitches in some of these. But what I'll do is over the next week, I'll listen to the audiobook and I will go ahead and make any changes that need to be made here, fixes and stuff like that. Everything must go. Here's a short one, Howl. Okay, I'm a little more halfway. Okay, we're almost there. The Jade Dragon. So whenever you see a story with a color in the title, that's one of my mysteries with my blind detective. Whose name is, and he and his assistant, their names are Isaac Black and Jeremy White. So they're black and white. The titles are in color. All the other characters have colors as their names, and it's kind of like a little thing I'm doing. It's corny, I know, but I'm going to stick with it because I like it. All right, reset. I was just listening to this one too today. This one's gone. This one's fun. Custom. The Snow Bully. This one's kind of a weird one, actually, to be honest. I like it, but it's just a weird one. Virtual reality for dummies. Stealing that title name there for that. That's okay. The new guy. You can't copyright titles, apparently. That's why you got so many books and songs with the same title. Death and Taxes. Ooh, I like that. That one's one of my favorites, too. You know what? If they weren't my favorite, I wouldn't put them on the podcast. The Taking Tree. You guys know the story of the Giving Tree? I hate that story. I just find it just really depressing, and the boy in the story is just so mean. He kill. Spoiler alert. He kills the tree. He chops it down and makes it into a boat. And then he's an old man. He's sitting on the stump, and the tree is just like saying, "Okay, whatever. Go ahead, chop me down. Let me rot here in the ground." I'm like, what a bastard! He killed the tree. So I originally intended this to be kind of like a takeoff on that, where a boy mistreats a tree and the tree gets back at him. But it turned into something different, uh, which is kind of fun too. But I still I'm holding out. Maybe I will do a children's book version of The Taking Tree. Excuse me, where the boy gets his comeuppance. The gargoyles bread. There's an interesting writer's lift I put that one into. There was somebody who had mentioned was looking at, had posted something on X about an old TV series called Monsters, and it was just on for like a year or 2, but it was like an anthology series, and it was centered around stories with monsters in them, and so I wrote a script called The Gargoyle's Bread, and, wasn't able to do anything with it because the show got canceled before I could try to get it to somebody there, and, so now I repurposed it here as a story. It actually turned out a little bit different than I expected it to again, but again, it's kind of cool. All right, and then we've got the outro. There's the outro. Okay, so there we go. So this is all of the titles here. Everything looks good. I got opening credits, introduction, Charlatan's Conundrum. All the titles line up with the titles there. Submit files for processing. All right, stop. Oops. Before submitting your audiobook for processing, make sure that all of your files are uploaded in the proper order. You can change your chapter files later, but you will have to wait on the before you can send it. Are you ready to submit your? Yes. Okay. So it is processing right now. Upload your files, click submit files for processing, audiobook processing. All right, it's queued and ready to go. So once that's done, we'll do a test. I'll download it. I'll show you how BookFunnel works. You can actually download it on the phone too. And again, what I'm going to be doing actually is I'm going to be giving this away to everybody who's on my newsletter. So if you haven't subscribed to the Insomniac's newsletter, which is over on Substack, richhosick.substack.com, uh, sign up. If you're already on the list, I will give you instructions on how to get a free copy of the audiobook. If you are new, after I get things set up, I will go ahead and it'll be like the premium offering I get for signing up. You sign up for my newsletter, you get this free audiobook. And I'll probably throw in the ebook too, because not everybody likes audiobooks, I found, which is strange to me. I love audiobook. Excuse me, I love audiobooks. And that's that. All right, so you can see the different options you have now. I want to deliver audiobook sales. I want to send review. I want to send a link to my readers. So this is the one I think I want to do. Create a page on BookFunnel and send a link to your readers. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to create this link. Landing page. Which books do you want to create? Audiobook. Okay. What kind of landing page you want to create? An email sign up page collecting your readers. Definitely. Do I? A simple download page without email collection. Well, here's the thing. I already have their email if they're getting to this page, so I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, restricted landing page for current subscribers. Right, integrated lists. I don't have integrated lists. I gotta look into that. Integrated lists. No, I don't because yeah, it's gonna nah. I'm just gonna do this simple thing for right now. All right, create a landing page. Bundle landing page. Combine bundle and a bundle page. Okay, create a bundle because I want to do the ebook too, don't I? Let's see here. Bundle name. Charlatans Conundrum Digital. Contact email. Okay. Bundle link. Charlatans Conundrum. Start date. I guess I don't need to have a start date. Make public bundle. What does that mean? Let's see here. If a bundle is made public, BookFunnel will allow web crawlers and search engines to index. So no, okay, we don't want to do that. Landing page settings, page title. Charlatans Conundrum. All right, page header image, 1000 by 340. Okay, I don't have that. I gotta figure out. Well, maybe we'll make one. That'll be kind of cool. All right, book cover layout. Gosh, I don't know. What do we want to do here? Let's do this one. Let's see here. Oh, I want this one. Oh, we'll try for that one. Use the dark. Yeah, we'll use the dark theme because it's kind of like a thing. Search for your next favorite story. Look no further. Best-selling authors have teamed up. Lifeless selection available for limited time. Oh, so this is for like multiple authors. I'll talk to Jody about this. Okay. Facebook Pixel ID. I don't have a Pixel ID for this. Bundle links. How do I put books in there? I don't think this is what I thought it was going to be. All right, let's create the landing page. Add an expiration date or download limit or personalize the page styling below. All the requirements have been filled. You have not uploaded any files and have not submitted your audiobook for processing. Okay, so I can't do this for that. Okay, so let's do the ebook for right now. Charlatan's Conundrum. We'll create that for that one. Okay, all right, there we go. Download page name. Charlatan's Conundrum. Ebook. Expiration date. Okay, I don't want it to expire. Download limit. Leave blank or 0 if you don't want to limit. I don't want to limit because here's the thing about these stories. I'm giving them away on the podcast anyway. I don't care if people get this because if you, as you heard on my outro, I'm like redirecting people to the podcast, and this is a sort of a loss leader to get people to the podcast. So let's see here. Let's preview this. Okay, there we go. Another bedtime story. Download your copy of the Charlatan's Conundrum. All right, cool. All right, that works. Here's what it looks like on a phone. Sweet. All right, that looks pretty cool. Advanced settings. Let's check out the advanced settings here. Expired message, redeem message. Redeemed message. Okay, I don't have any of those because I'm not doing that. Save download page. Download page created. Okay, now how do I get to it now? Download pages. There it is. Okay. Reader link. Open in new tab. There it is. So this is my download link for this. So I'll be able to give this away for free to my readers. And then as soon as I get the audiobook done, we will do that one. Let's see how we're doing here. All right. So it may take a while for it to compile. That's all right. But you can see what I'm my goal here, right? Which is really kind of cool. So the other thing I've got going here now too is that there's an API for this that allows me to go ahead and send links to this. And this is something else I was working on tonight where I'm writing code on my website so that when people place an order through my Square or I take an order through my Square app, which is what I use at shows, um, Square will send a copy of that purchase to my website. My website will parse that order and look for a customer ID. If there's a customer ID, then it'll get the email and it will email them the ebook and audiobook versions of any books that they ordered. I also have it set to automatically send them this ebook and audiobook because I'm going to do a special where if you buy anything at the show, you'll get this audiobook and ebook for free. Um, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at the landing pages here. I don't remember even doing this one. Should probably delete this one because I don't know what it is. Delete page. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. Open a new page. Get my book. What is your preferred reader? I'm going to go ahead and say Kindle. Oh, let's read in browser. Let's just read in the browser. Start reading. Save this in your BookFunnel library and keep it forever. Okay, there's that. Sign into my library. Okay, so here's all the books I have. Now I've got this one in here, which is cool. Read in browser. And there it is. And I can go ahead and go Charlatan's Conundrum. There's copyright stuff. My was there for all. Okay, I'll make sure I got no typos. And here's the ad for the podcast. Also by page. Here's the introduction. Can't sleep, don't want to sleep, afraid to sleep, blah, blah, blah. And then here are the contents. This is kind of cool because I can I guess you can't click on these in the browser, but gives you the whole table of contents for all the stories. All right, and then I throw in the graphic for each one here, and then there it is. Charlatan's Conundrum. Prove that I'm a fake, said the man sitting across from me. We were in a booth at the diner where I frequently had casual meetings like this one. I don't need to. I know you're a fake, I told him. He dropped his chin in frustration, perhaps even despair. His expression was difficult to read through the layers of fatigue that were present on his face. He also looked as if he hadn't showered for days, which made me glad I was on the other side of the booth. I know I'm a fake, but I need you to prove it. I need you to demonstrate beyond a shadow of a doubt that I am a charlatan, a phony, a fraud, he begged with pleading eyes shaded under heavy lids. What is this all about, Alex? I asked. I'm not going to do a whole live read of this. Uh, just wanted to see that. I'm curious to see if my audiobook is done, though. No, still processing. Okay. But I'm really kind of upset about ACX not being available. I'm going to go to that again real quick here. ACX. All right. So I've got in production. So this one is there. Dead Kids Club is there. Claim your titles. Titles that belong to you. Okay, there it is. Not available to claim. Why? Why is it not available to claim? I wonder if it's because there's no ebook up yet. Hmm. Well, I'll get the ebook up. Actually, I have to do the ebook up through my publisher. This one I'm actually going to take down. So this the 6x9 edition here. I am going to discontinue that after I sell them out at the show. I'm going to go to a 5x8 size. So this is So what I'm doing is I'm converting my paperbacks to this size here. Let me show it to you here. A little bit bigger. So there we go. So this is the size difference on these here, right? So there's the 6x9 on that, and then here's the 5x8. You can see it's a little bit smaller. Gives you it's a little bit easier to hold in the hand. And when I want to sell hardback editions too, this size. So I wanted to make a distinction between the sizes so that when you pay the extra for the hardback, you feel like you're getting something for that premium. Plus, my friend Jody does all his books in this size, and I kind of like it. It comes out a little bit thicker. I think there's a few more pages in it because even though I took the font size down, it still is kind of long. And then I also, um, yeah, I got to finish getting this done. This, as you can see, this is just a proof copy that I ordered. Uh, the cover looks a little tight, to be honest with you. Actually, no, it's not. It looks good. It fills up the page there. It just bam hits you right in the face. Dead Kids Club. All right. I noticed something weird too in this one here, this little one. If you look, the pages kind of like sink into the binding there. Like the page should be out closer to the edge. When I proofed it on the page, this page number was like right in the corner, the same distance from the left side as it was from the top. And now it's kind of like pushed inward a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see how my books are coming in. My printer should be delivering those books tomorrow. Oh God, I hope I can get them. I'm like hinging this whole show on those books. I'm just gonna check my email real quick, make sure. Case number. Eligibility call. That. Oof. Damn, hope I don't have to drive down there and get this. All right. They told me worst case scenario would be that I would get those books, these little mini books, by that day. All right, you've already claimed audiobooks just right. Find it in my projects. Really? My projects. There they are. Titles not posted. Okay, so it's like it's just using that. So I do have actually do have audiobook cover designs for these that are square and so forth. So eventually I will put these up as audiobooks. Why not? The more titles you have up there, the more I'm hoping that they bump you up. So I'll get those up there at some point, but I really gotta focus on this stuff here. Okay, so we did this. This is done. This is the actual print version PDF here. Not the PDF, this is the Word document. This is the Word document I used to do this. You can see I got everything going on here. And I'm converting this to the 5x8, 5 1/4 by 8 actually. So you'll see that in a bit. Okay, and close up the theme, close up the intro. No, I don't want to save changes to that. Because my audio on the, oops, what's that? Ooh, Audacity complained. Send that in. They just put out a new version. So I expect there's going to be a little glitches here and there. I can't send. Failed to send crash report. All right, don't send. Let's see if I care. All right. Let's see, what time is it? 11:43. Well, I don't have much else to talk about tonight. I was hoping to get ACX done as well. Let's just double check this, see if this is done. I can set up that. Nope, it's not. So we'll talk about this tomorrow night. We'll see if I get ACX going. We'll see if I can get this landing page going, and I'll start setting that up. I'll show you how I'll set things up for the Substack. Oh, let me show you my Substack real quick. So this is what I do on the Substack. Substack.substack.com. So you come in here and you'll see my newsletter. You have to sign up for Substack if you're not already on there. So if you get that, you'll get a little thing and it'll ask you if you want to do this. And basically what I do here, when I publish a story on the podcast, I send out the letter in the newsletter, right? So this goes up here on Substack. It also goes out to the email list I have here on Substack. I give you a link. You can listen to it right up at the top because I want to get those downloads. And then I give a little backstory about where the story came from, maybe, or something else about it that's kind of personal. Not too long, just a couple screens full of stuff. Give an update on what's going on in terms of contests and other things. I actually should put out a newsletter right now about the book fair. I should do that right now. There we go. We got something to do. Let me come to the dashboard and we'll do a new post. We'll do a text post. Title: Printers Row Lit Fest. Come buy some books. All right. This weekend, September 6th and 7th, I will be at the I'll be at the Printers Row Lit Fest in downtown Chicago. Capital C on Chicago. It's open from 10 to 6 each day, and I will be having special deals. signing books, and debuting my new anthology, The Charlatans, Conundrum, and Other Bedtime Stories for Insomniacs. Okay, so that needs to be in italics. Book titles are in italics. Okay, so let me throw the graphic in there real quick here. Where is my, let me pull it up here. Amazon.com. Charlatans, Conundrum. It's a nice thing about having a unique title like that is that it's easy to find on Amazon. My first book, Near Death, would not show up on the first page, even though that's the exact title, Near Death, if you look for Near Death. All right, let me throw this in here. Okay, I don't want it that big. Let's go ahead and make this smaller. Do it this way. Yeah. That's about good. 250. Okay. I will be there with Jody J. Sperling, author of the Luke in Time Mysteries and host of the Becoming Household Name podcast, as well as, and Christopher Talon, author of Switchers and host of his own podcast, which I forgot the name of already. Christopher Talon Podcast is a podcast for creative people. Why is this not going all the way to the bottom here? Okay. The podcast. I forgot already what it was. A podcast for creative people. Podcast for creative people. That way. Okay. All right, let me get the italics in there. Switchers. Time Mysteries. Okay. Okay, so I will, when you buy one of my paperbacks at a show, you always get the ebook and audiobook versions as well. And for the Printers Row Lit Fest, I will be giving a copy of the Charlatans Conundrum and Other Bedtime Stories for Insomniacs, giving an audiobook copy, giving free, giving everyone, giving an audiobook copy free with any purchase. Oh, giving an audiobook copy for free for any purchase. Okay. The event is on South Dearborn, between Ida B. Wells and Polk Streets. Look for the hashtag writers booth. Bold. Okay. All right. What else do I want to say about this? I got that going there. Oh, let me go put a link to it too. Let's put a link. The printers row, liftfest.org. There we go. There's that. See there. And then we're going to go ahead and make this into a link. Okay. September 6th and 7th, I will be at the Printers Row Lit Fest in downtown Chicago. Yeah, they don't put an apostrophe in there. It's just Printers Row. It's open from 10 to 6 each day, and I will be having special deals, signing books, and debuting my new anthology, The Charlatan's Conundrum and Other Stories for Bedtime Stories for Insomniacs. I will be there with Jody J. Spilling, author of Luke and Time Mysteries and host of the Becoming a Household Name podcast, and Christopher Talon, author of Switchers and host of... Okay, let me actually make Jody J. Sperling a link here, because I can link to his Substack page. So let's send this to Jody, HTTPS jodyjsperling.com, and then Becoming a Household Name, I'll go ahead and do his link for that. So that's Jody Substack, and I will go ahead and put that as a link. There we go. Link. And then let's do Christopher Talon's too. Let's do Christopher Talon books. There we go. ChristopherTalon.com. Link. House of his own podcast. See if he's got a page for that. Ooh, 404 page on his link there. Okay, that is not a good link for that. Let's see here. Looks like it used to be called Creative Ops. Oh, he's got a Facebook page. Let's check that out. Does he promote his podcast there? He's got a lot of reels. He does reels. He's a really funny guy. All right, let's see. He doesn't have his podcast listed here, though. Why not? You have a podcast page? Posts. Do trade. Yeah, he does. Okay, I'll go ahead and do the Facebook link here. All right. Link. There we go. Continue. And we'll go ahead and send this out to everyone. Okay. Hey, let's put up a link on Instagram too, since we got a couple minutes left here. So Instagram. I always forget Instagram is. I'm not a big Instagram go-to guy here. It just is not what I normally do post. Select from computer. Let's grab this here. Rich Hosek. Oh no, it's not there. It's going to be over here under bedtime stories. I got to move this over. This is not where it should be. Cover. Where's the audiobook cover? There it is. All right. Pick up a signed copy of my newest book, The Charlatans, Conundrum, and Other Bedtime Stories. Insomniacs at the Printers Row Lit Fest. In downtown Chicago, September 6 and 7. That looks good. Add location. Hey, let's do that. Let's add the location. Can I do that? Add location 47 Polk Street, Chicago. What was the address I had? Let me look at my Facebook post here. Lit Fest. This event. See if it recognizes Dearborn Station. Dearborn Station. 47 West Polk. There we go. Add collaborators. Jody J. Sperling. Christopher Talon. Let's see if he's on here. Oh, there he is. Talon writes. Done. Okay. Share that. And then we're done, I think. Okay, coming up here. Post has been shared. Let me take a look here on my profile. Close that up. There it is. Look at that. Charlatan's Conundrum. Dearborn Station. Click on that. Take you there. All right, cool. Nice. What's this little thing here? I don't know. All right. Okay, so there we go. Charlatan's Conundrum. We're launching that. I don't know what else to do here. I think I'm done. Okay, so, well, we're up at midnight already. How about that? So, well, maybe tomorrow I'll have ACX ready, but I am going to be obviously getting ready for the show. Today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, so I got a lot to do. I got to finish cleaning the house and packing the books and printing out the promotional stuff. I got to, my color printer's not working that great, so I'll probably send some stuff over to Kinko's and get that picked up there. So, a lot to do. In the meantime, See you next time. Ooh, okay. There's the good night yawn. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Um, oh, looks like York came by here. Let's see. Yeah, looks like having a good QR code attached to each story in your mini books leads to people listening. Yep, exactly. That's the point. Like they buy this, then they realize, oh, I could be listening to it, and it's like I get the downloads, and maybe I get a subscriber, and they start listening and stuff. But it's like, and then they can hand this off to somebody else. Fingers crossed that this is going to work. This is my big marketing pitch. I'm investing a lot of money in this. Um, but I think it's a little bit better than a bookmark. It's something that people can stick in it fits in the jeans pocket, at least the man's jeans pocket. I don't know about ladies. Maybe a back pocket. And we'll see what happens if I have thousands of these floating around the world. Um, you know, we'll see what happens. All right. Good night, everybody.